A key suspect in the sensational Kim Kardashian $10 million robbery has died suddenly just as the case against him was finally to reach trial, MailOnline can reveal. Marceau Baumgartner, 72, was said to be the super fence working with the gang that held the reality TV star at gunpoint in Paris in 2016 and had recently had death threats from gangland sources. Baumgartner was allegedly responsible for finding buyers for the American's prized possessions, including a $4 million engagement ring that has never been recovered. Nicknamed Nez Ripe Rough Nose, the French equivalent of Rough Diamond, Baumgartner was a leading figure in the Paris underworld, with multiple convictions for handling stolen goods, forgery, and robbery. He was due to go on trial on Monday, alongside 10 others accused of a variety of charges linked to the robbery and kidnap of Ms. Kardashian by an organized gang. But MailOnline can reveal that the career criminal died in Paris' 10th arrondissement on March 6. The legal authorities were initially in the dark about Baumgartner's demise. An official communiqué issued on March 14 names him as the fourth key defendant due to appear at the Paris Assizes next week. The French Justice Ministry operational note says his crimes were to the detriment of Ms. Kim Kardashian, who will fly into Paris from Los Angeles to give evidence as star prosecution witness at the long-awaited trial. She feared she would die during the ordeal, shouting, "Don't kill me, I have babies." Baumgartner's cause of death has not been released, but an investigating source said it was unexpected. The source said, Mr. Baumgartner had been released on bail following his arrest over the Kim Kardashian robbery 8 years ago, and was living in Paris, while regularly reporting to police. His name was on the defendant's list for the trial, and he was very enthusiastic about clearing his name in court. This was until he died suddenly in the 10th arrondissement of Paris on March 6. The source continued, he was suspected of liaising with mafia gangs from across the world over the Kardashian jewelry, and criminals are known to have issued threats against him following widespread publicity connected to the case. While Baumgartner refused to name any associates during multiple pre-trial interrogations, other criminals believed this might have changed when he was cross-examined in court. There was the constant possibility that he would name names as a means of keeping any possible prison sentence down, said the source. Alleged mafia buyers from Georgia, Israel, and the USA are among those seen meeting up with Baumgartner in Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of Europe. All hoped to buy the Kardashian jewels and luxury watches, which were worth up to $10 million in total, it is alleged. Baumgartner had visited Antwerp at least 8 times since October 3, 2016, the day the gang broke into Ms. Kardashian's luxury apartment hotel during Paris Fashion Week and held her up using a vintage Mauser revolver. Baumgartner was first arrested in January 2017, after regular meetings with Omar Old Omar 8 Kedik, the 68-year-old who has already confessed to being the ringleader of the Kardashian gang after his DNA was found at the scene of the crime. The pair were caught on surveillance cameras at motorway service stations in the Paris suburbs, with Baumgartner arriving in his white Renault Scenic. Rather than arrest the suspects straight away, officers from the Elite Banditry Repression Brigade, BRB, of the Paris Judicial Police launched tailing operations. Baumgartner's numerous mobile phones were bugged, and a GPS tracking device placed on his car. He was a well-known money launderer, counterfeiter, diamond dealer and fence who always pledged to get the highest price possible for stolen goods. Baumgartner regularly drove to Antwerp from Paris with Old Omar, as well as Christiane Cathy Gloden, 78, and the only female defendant who will be in the dock on Monday. A combined operation by Belgian and French detectives filmed Baumgartner and his associates meeting up with known underworld faces. The prize asset stolen from Ms. Kardashian was the easily recognizable 18.88-carat diamond and platinum engagement ring which American rapper Kanye West had bought for his future wife before their 2014 marriage. The diamond was classified 11A, the purest type in the world because it has no measurable nitrogen or boron impurities, and signed LS, for Lorraine Schwartz, the New York designer loved by showbiz celebrities including Barbra Streisand, Beyoncé, and Angelina Jolie, as well as Ms. Kardashian. The LS made the tiny diamond very distinctive, and so particularly hard to fence off, according to enquiry sources. Despite their reconnaissance, and obtaining search warrants to open dealer safes in Antwerp, police were never able to intercept the Kardashian swag. Instead, during interviews following their arrest, the gang members said they were simply selling small amounts of melted gold. Baumgartner himself told instructing Judge Armel Bryan that he had also been buying gifts for family members in Antwerp, but I never had the Kardashian jewels, and I never sold them. Rouen-born Baumgartner was brought up in a gypsy caravan for the first 7 years of his life, before leaving school in the northern Paris suburbs aged 14. Before his death, he had been convicted 11 times for receiving stolen goods and counterfeiting money, while also being linked with other jewelry heists and other violent crimes. In 2011, he was sentenced to 4 years in prison for the aggravated theft of around $7 million worth of Cartier diamonds. They were taken from security vans by fake police officers using a car with flashing blue lights on a roads close to Paris. Throughout his trial, Baumgartner insisted, "I have no explanation to give, since I know nothing." All the while, Baumgartner tried to cover up his criminal activities with various legitimate ventures, including a lingerie retail outlet in the Paris suburbs. He always tried to project himself as a regular businessman, despite having a pet dog named Al Capone, after the legendary American mobster. Baumgartner's last trial was in 2016, when prosecutors called for him to be imprisoned for his alleged role running the largest counterfeit banknote production workshop ever discovered in France, but a jury failed to convict him. Detectives are meanwhile furious that the Kardashian trial has taken so long to get to court, saying that all those responsible for the raid could have been tried and potentially convicted as early as 2017. In turn, the French authorities say court timetables have been clogged up by other big-name trials, including of former President Nicolas Sarkozy, who has been found guilty and sentenced to prison on corruption charges. There was also a fear that a Kim Kardashian trial would harm the five-star Paris tourist industry at a time of massive international events, including the 2024 Paris Olympics. The Kardashian defendants originally numbered 12, but Pierre Bouillonnier, 72, and considered one of the brains of the operation by prosecutors will also now be excluded. The convicted drugs trafficker is suffering with Alzheimer's, and his ill health means his alleged connection to the Kardashian gang will now be considered at a separate trial. This means that a total of 10 alleged gang members will appear in the dock on Monday, at a trial due to last until the end of May. Omar Kedik and Eunice Abbas, 72, have both confessed involvement in the robbery, while the rest deny any wrongdoing. Michael Rhodes, Ms. Kardashian's U.S. lawyer, said, "We can confirm that Ms. Kardashian will be testifying in person at the upcoming French criminal trial involving the 2016 incident in which she was bound and robbed at gunpoint by a number of masked assailants."